Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Desert Fox bringing you another StarCraft cast. Now, I just wanted to cast this game. It was really an interesting game. It's the first game that I get rejected in StarCraft. He just couldn't take my hearts, and he left. He doesn't love me. It was really sad. Now on to the real game. What's up YouTube? This is the real video for this StarCraft cast. I hope you enjoyed that last game. I sure didn't. My heart was really broken after this. So in this game, it's the Thorazane 111 once again, and the reason I'm making so many videos about the Thorazane 111 is because I play it so much. It is the only opener I do in Terran vs. Terran, and basically the more you play one single opening, the more you get used to it, and then you can get accustomed to drops and early aggression and 111s, and after a while it just pays off. And this build is actually really easy to do because one SCV builds every single building. This SCV builds this supply depot, then the racks, then another supply depot, then the command center. So it's really simple to remember, and then after that you can queue your other SCVs to make other buildings too. So it's really not complicated. And in this game I'm actually going to show you how to deal with early pressure, because the guy actually has a really weird build that he does to put some early pressure on me, which doesn't really work, but it's really cool at the same time. So on 12 I get this barracks, and on 18 I'm going to get this command center. Now this SCV tried to scout me, but I picked it off, and if he gets in my base I usually throw down some refineries and then cancel them. So on 22 supply, I threw down this barracks, as well as 2 gas geysers, and I'm only going to put 2 guys on each of these gas. That way I have just enough for both these add-ons, as well as the combat shield upgrade. So constantly produce marines out of this barracks. As soon as this one finishes, throw down another barracks and throw down a reactor on this guy. And then as soon as this marine finishes, throw down a tech lab. Simple. And then after this SCV builds this barracks, you want to build a engineering bay with it. So your first gas will go to combat shields, and that's because it will make your marines die slower from banshees, because banshee will need to take 3 shots to kill him, as well as on marine battles, as pointed to by one of my viewers. Marines with combat shields will beat marines with stim pack. So yeah, the SCV that built this now builds a engineering bay at 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Then as soon as you have enough gas, you build yourself a factory, and that's obviously after you get this reactor on this barracks. So now you have 3 barracks constantly producing marines, 1 expansion, and oh yeah, as soon as you build this engineering bay, you want to put 3 guys on gas. I didn't do it yet, but that's what you need to do. And you want to get your +1 weapons as fast as possible. Now as soon as this factory finishes, you want to throw down a reactor, then a starport, then swap them over. But if you're worried about tank wars and how you're going to lose in the tank count if he has really early tanks, you might want to get a tech lab on that and then build your starport right after. So here he comes with a drop. I don't react to it at all because I don't see it. I wasn't really concentrating. So he gets to drop a siege tank and a few marines into my base. I'd never recommend dropping with siege tanks at this stage of the game. It won't get the damage done as well, so I just pull a few SCVs to attack it, then bring marines, and marines will pick everything off easily. Unfortunately I can't pick off this Medivac because I don't have Stim, but that's okay, because this marine, if he didn't have combat shields, he probably would have died. And this one too, and yeah, that's about it. So then he tries to do some more pressure on the front, but I have so many marines, it doesn't even matter. So now I need to build my supply depots. I'm getting... oh, I thought I was getting supply block. Never mind. So yeah, keep pumping those marines, and after this is done, you can swap them over. Now, I'm not too worried about his siege tank, so I'm just swapping these over to get some faster Medivacs. And I think they pay off, because in the units lost right now, he's almost double ahead. So just keep making supply depots, keep making those workers. That's the most important part, is to never stop working production and keep your money low. Like I tried coaching this bronze player, and I showed him this build where all he had to do is build SCVs, Barracks, and Marines, and after a while, his money stayed at like 300, and he started beating gold players. So yeah, that's just the thing. Keep your money low, and use those mules, build SCVs. So now I'm going with this double Medivac drop, and while I'm doing that, he's going for a drop. So how to deal with this? Never pull all your SCVs that ahead of all your Marines, because they will just all die, and nothing good will happen out of it. So just bring your Marines and kill everything, and then try Stim to pick the Medivacs off at the end. Now you want to also concentrate on your drop that you're doing, and the most important things to pick off are the gas geysers, the SCVs, and I think that's it. Do I manage to get this gas geyser? It'd be really awesome if I do. And beware of siege tanks, stay out of range of siege tanks. Yeah, I get the gas geyser. So that's going to limit his siege tank production, and while I'm doing this, I'm expanding. That's a really smart idea, is while you're pushing out, while you're dropping, always try and expand. It's always worth it, because now he's concentrating on defending and not on attacking. So now I have more Marines. I should be building more barracks soon, but I need to build so many SCVs, and I'm leaving one siege tank here just in case he tries to attack me again. So after you get these two upgrades, you should get this armory a bit earlier, but then you want to start +1 weapons after that. And these Medivacs both get picked off, unfortunately. So in units lost now, it's a bit more even, but I mind like double that what he did, because I had this expansion so much earlier than he does. Like here I only have 225 minerals, and all of these are almost full. Yeah. Yeah, they're almost full. So now I tried dropping again, but it didn't work out too well. Now this thing finishes, so I'm going to build my Orbital Command. And later on in the game, once you get these two upgrades, you want to lift this off, build a reactor with it, and put another factory down here. I don't know if I do it this game, but it's always useful to do that. And yeah, right now my income is just boosting ahead because I have 3 bases. Although most of my SCVs died, but I'm somehow still ahead, and that's the magic of constantly building SCVs. A lot of players won't, so if you can manage to constantly do that, you will always be ahead in Terran versus Terrans. So now I'm putting down more barracks. I should be putting down more factories because siege tanks are oh so important. Should get the +1 weapons. And yeah, I have a really big problem about gas on thirds. I'm not really used to get the timings for gases on thirds. But a good indication is when you have this sort of ratio, you need more gas. That's about right. So now I'm just staying in my base. I'm not really worrying about what he's doing. I want to get a good composition, more Marines, more upgrades. Here you go, I'm getting that +1 weapons upgrade, +1 vehicle upgrade. And throwing down more reactors. And now he's just harassing my base with his Hellions. It's funny, he's not even attacking this Marine. And he does get a kill. Boom. Oh, he doesn't get the kill. Oh, too bad. So now he knows I have my third. And he is gonna float this thing to the gold, but I don't know that. So now I want to talk a bit about this map and how siege tanks work on this map. If the opponent takes the golds, he really needs these watchtowers. So if you can take control of these watchtowers, you can siege up tanks here. And because of the watchtower site, they will have more shooting range than the siege tank siege here. And this gold also has 2 pathways. So that's really good. If you position most of your army here, this is what's going to happen in this game, and he puts his main siege line here, you can swoop by in the back and deal a lot of damage to weak siege lines. Also, you can ferry things over on this ledge. You can have another avenue of attack through here. And even if he doesn't have an expansion, you can sneak Marines through and hit this base while he's not really doing anything. Because, yeah, you can just sneak by here. So, drops are really potent on this map, and so are pretty much dual-laned attacks. So now I'm just focusing on getting my macro up, getting more siege tanks, more marines, and yes, I did build a factory on this tech lab. So now I'm producing siege tanks 2 at a time. I could march out and kill them right now, but I really want to wait for my upgrades. So my upgrades are just finished, so I'm going to stim a marine. Always do this before you push out, that way you don't need to waste a scan. I want to put this marine over to see if I wasn't, if he didn't siege line me right here, which would have been really potent because it's really hard to get out of that. So always stim marine, and even if you don't see siege tanks, it's good because if you don't get hit, that means there's no siege tanks there, probably. So now I'm going to box everything, put things on 2 control groups. I put everything on 1 control groups and siege tanks on the other for easy sieging. And while I'm doing that, I'll be taking this expansion. So I'm slow pushing. I scan the watchtower so he doesn't see my whole army coming. I'm going to take 2 marines and pick off this single marine here. And at the same time, while I'm doing this, I notice he's way behind on upgrades. And that's one thing you need to be careful of, are upgrades. So now I scan, I see he has more tanks coming. I stim here. Just try to pick off this siege tank, then retreat before the other siege tanks can kill me. And at the same time take up my gold. And now it's siege line wars. So, like I said, I can bring 2 siege tanks up here and I have the extra vision. Now he's coming here with a drop. But I have some units. Oh, I take some of the units here, but if you have units here that are rallied, just use those to attack the opponents. So now I'm sieging up carefully. He's not, he's just boxing everything and going for these siege tanks. Unfortunately, they are out of range. So now I picked this drop off. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, the Marines went the long way around. So now I pick this drop off. And I think I do a clever play with these Marines, yeah. Now, it's getting towards the end of the game, because this is where I do some clever attacking, right here. Because this is, like I said, a dual lane map, I go here, I scan the watchtower, and now I know that he has nothing here. I can see almost everything in the gold base. Now, he knows this too, so he's going to bring siege tanks here. And now all my Marines are getting healed up by my Medivacs. We're doing a little bit of tank wars here. It's really important to keep a steady siege line and have an arc. Don't have all your tanks staggered. You need to have a constant arc towards your enemies. So now he's trying to pick me off with a few siege tank shots, but I'm not going to take any of that. So I'm going to take all my Marines and ferry them over to the main base. And it's really effective if you leave a siege tank here and siege 1 on the high ground. Now, if you had better macro, this would have actually worked as well. Doesn't really matter. Watch out for the siege tanks. They kill Marines really quickly. And the structures that you want to take care of as fast as possible are the factories and the add-ons. But I'm just shooting everything right now. And if you can pick off siege tanks, that's really awesome. So I'm taking siege tank fire. So I'm going to load everything up once again. And I'm just going to drop on top of his siege tanks. Now, right here, I want to take this army and attack right here. See, there's only 1 siege tank there. He's moving his siege tanks here, right inside of the fire here. But I wanted to take these guys and pincer because I scanned and I only saw 1 tank here. So it would have been the death blow anyways. And I was going to also attack here because there's just so many good avenues of attack. But this is what made him leave. He's almost mined out. His income is low, well, as well as mine actually. His army size is incredibly small, and he just GG's because he has all this unspent money. And I'm max, and he's at 98 supply. So I hope you learned something from this cast. I will do a Terran versus Protoss next, I think. So yeah, have fun on ladders. Good luck.